Hey guys, this is JonTaun from Brohammer. Today we'll be fighting Power of Nagash. Alright, so who do we want to play? He's going High Elves, so let's get some Dark Elf action in here. And we'll have an interesting map too. So let's go ahead and get Malekith. We're going to put him on a cold one because we don't want to contest the air against the High Elves. Probably not worth it. We're going to bring Chillwind and Soul Stealer as well as Power of Darkness. Chillwind and Gaze of Malice can actually do quite a lot of damage against High Elf archers as they are lightly armored. For our infantry corps, let's go ahead and grab 3 Bleak Swords, 2 Dread Spears, let's grab 1 Witch Elf. We're gonna need some pretty good armor piercings, so let's grab 3 Hargonath Executioners, 2 Dark Shards of Shields, of course, and for our anti-large, let's grab 2 Cold One Knights. So we'll use Cold One Knights in conjunction with Dread Spears to actually beat cavalry, because I don't believe the Cold One Knights are going to beat a Dragon Prince on their own, not without magic support. That being said, I could actually use maybe how much is Word of Pain? Word of Pain could be quite useful here. That can make it so that some Cold One Knights could beat Dragon Princes, he thinks. It also make it so that Malekith, if he has to fight like Tyrion or a dragon, would be much more powerful. Let's try that. So I'm a little bit less afraid of his archers than I'm afraid of Dragon Princes and his lord. Let's go ahead and chevron these guys up and give them a few more seconds before we press start battle. I like to give my opponent at least 1 minute to make an army, and then he has 1 minute once I press start battle. So 2 minutes should be plenty of time to make an army, and 1 minute can be 1 minute's not enough, but 2 minutes should be good. Alright, we'll give him just a few more seconds here. We're on an interesting map. I wonder if he'll use the terrain at all. He is ready, so let us also ready up, my brothers. We will show them the way. We will show them the way of the devil. Alright, Death Path. Death Pass. We will show them the way of the devil, my brother. We must take the skin of the devil. Alright guys, we're gonna show them the way of the devil. So, one of my subscribers recently asked me for a Dark Elf versus High Elf build, so here you go, man. Sorry I wasn't able to get it up sooner, but you know, it really depends on what people take on ladder. Alright, so questions. Twere I him, I would set up right here and use my archers in this choke point. So I think we'll set up right here just so that we have the least distance to travel toward him. And setting things around, I don't have anything fast enough to go around the corner and get a rear flank, so we're going to concentrate on just breaking through his front line. If he does set up right here, one positive will be he won't have a lot of room to use his cavalry very well. So he'll probably have to engage them into the front line, which our Dark Shards can focus them, and we can hopefully get our Witch Elves in on them as well. Let's start by putting our Dark Shards on guard mode. Gonna put our Bleak Swords, almost called them Dread Swords, up front. They have Silver Shields to absorb some initial fire. We'll put our Hargonath Executioners right behind them, and we're going to have our Archers and Witch Elves in a third line behind them. So if anyone wants to run in on our Archers, they might get rampaged. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, these guys are in a group right here. These guys are in a group on... No, you're not supposed to be in a group. There. You guys are on this side, and we're going to have our Dread Spears in support of our Cold One Knights. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So he has decided to go into the middle. That's fine. We'll just reposition a little bit. So what's he got? 2 Swordmasters of Hoeth, a Star Dragon, 1, 2, 3 regular archers, a Spearman in the back, Mage of High Magic. That's another reason you don't want to bring a Flying Lord against the High Elves. They also have High Magic, so yeah, probably best not to challenge them in the air. I don't think this is all of his army though. So I'm expecting some cavalry. Alright, so let's have our Dark Shards work on these guys. Let's go ahead and start advancing here. We'll have our Dark Shards work on the Swordmasters of Hoeth. Have you attack the Swordmasters of Hoeth. Actually, let's have our Bleak Swords attack the Swordmasters of Hoeth. Then we'll cut through these White Lions very fast. These guys can just come right here. You guys are going to be close support. Let's move Malekith up so you can start getting Gaze of Malice on those archers. So, I mean, let's start shooting up his Lord. He's using a breath attack on the side, but they are, unfortunately for him, we'll keep these guys back here. Unfortunately for him, they were moving, so they didn't do that great. Let's move this guy this way, this guy this way, and let's start hitting up those Swordmasters. So what's he got in his back? It looks like he forgot his mage back there, so let's start hitting up the Swordmasters of Hoeth. Start hitting up these Swordmasters of Hoeth. These guys are in support, ready to work on these, what I assume are Dragon Princes. And we'll pull you guys back. Let's get you in here just for now. I mean, why not? Let's go ahead and use a Word of Pain. We'll wait. We'll wait. So he's shooting at our Dark Shards, which I don't think is a great idea. Let's go ahead and get these Dark Shards. You can shoot at them, and you can shoot at this group. Let's go ahead and get a charge in the front line here. And let's get our Witch Elves over there, as well as Malekith. So let's go ahead and use this, let's go ahead and collapse on them. And you guys can come around this way. You guys come around this way. And this front line is doing better than I'd hoped. So let's go ahead and get into these guys, and we'll get Malekith to use a Word of Pain on them. So that'll definitely weaken them. We'll pull these guys back this way. Swordmasters of Hoeth are doing pretty good over here, and we're doing okay over here. Let's get these guys to go around the side. And we do have our archers going off here. Let's get you guys moving this way. And he's running while our Word of Pain is up. I think that's a good idea, but I think we are going to get him here. Let's go ahead and engage and surround this guy. Let's get our Witch Elves moving this way, as well as our spears, and we'll use another Gaze of Malice right here. And we'll also use a Soul Stealer on this big blob over here. Let's get you guys to come around back. I think we'll do pretty good over here. Let's get our other Dark Shards in over here, and look at those Dragon Princes. They are just falling apart. So we're just going to have these Witch Elves chase this Lord right here, and he's going to get a good breath attack, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. Let's get into those archers. Let's get into these archers. Let's move back this way. And yeah, we're doing pretty good here. We're doing pretty good here, guys. Look at these guys. They're doing great. Alright, we got all these guys surrounded, so let's move in over here. We got his Dragon Princes off the field. Let's move our Bleak Swords back up and have our archers keep on shooting at his Lord here. Let's get in on his Lord. And move these infantry in on his archers there. So now that our cavalry is freed up, we are going to be able to move on his archers with impunity, as our infantry has also won the front line. So we're just gonna mess him up now, guys. Looks like his Lord's about to go down. Move these guys around the edge here, and these guys have rampage. That's fine. And that's gonna be that. So let's go over the armies here. Malekith, always a great choice. Cold One was definitely the right choice, I believe. So I sent my Hargoneth Executioners after the White Lion to Trace first, which really neutralized a lot of their effectiveness. These Swordmasters of Hoeth were just fighting lowly Bleak Swords, and I was just fine with that, because these guys, I brought them to absorb Archer Fire, and I brought them to fight Spears. If he doesn't fight Spears, I'm going to use them to mitigate the effectiveness of his stronger unit here. Because consider this: if I had sent my Hargoneth Executioners against the Swordmasters of Hoeth, and I had sent my Bleak Swords against the White Lions of Trace, the Bleak Swords would have lost against the White Lions of Trace, and the Hargoneth Executioners would have lost against the Swordmasters of Hoeth. But since I sent the Hargoneth Executioners after the White Lions of Trace, I neutralized 800 spin 3 times over, and he only neutralized 450 spin 3 times over. So that's why I did that. And his Dragon Princes, good job running from him, from my guy when they were debuffed, but they were intercepted by another group of Cold One Knights, and with that Word of Pain up in the surround, they were absolutely destroyed. So that was a good use of Word of Pain. I'm glad I brought that spell. He was able to effectively target my Witch Elves. I was just trying to mirror the movement of his Lord with the Witch Elves, and I never actually got him on him, but that's fine. As you can see, we didn't actually need them. So I'm also glad I brought that Word of Pain. Good choice. Dark Shards did a ton of damage against this Flying Lord, and yeah, I really like this army against the High Elves. But I think I'd probably have trouble against, say, High Elf armies that have a lot more Dragon Princes and less Archers. And honestly, the Dark Elves, they have Silver Shields on their light armored infantry, and all their other units have a lot of armor, so I'm not a fan of Archers against them. Like, non-armor piercing range units, I don't actually use all that much, unless they're like Gutter Runners or Chameleon Skins. But, in any case, a good game to Power of Nagash, and that's going to be all for this one, guys. This is JonTaun for Total Brohammer, signing out.